Welcome to Tiny Chair Talks. What is Tiny Chair Talks? Tiny Chair Talks are open conversations in tiny chairs. Conversations and discussions and topics that normally people don't want to talk about. But guess what? We do. During season 2, my co-host Courtney and I will be talking about various different things from our personal perspectives in society, spirituality, and the Seventh-day Adventist Church. Totally unscripted, honest, and transparent. Things that you, the viewers, have also said that you guys want to hear. We welcome your input. So without further ado, let's get comfortable. All right, guys, as promised, we have a very interesting topic today. And of course, we have Courtney, who's back in the house with us again. And we are going to pick the topics as the most interesting for this session.
Yes.
What do we got?
All right, here is our question. I'm about to graduate high school next year, and I'm trying to think about the future. A lot of people say I should go to college, but others say a degree is just a piece of paper. Is college really worth it?
Wow, this or that.
Oof.
Where do you want to go with this one? I'll allow you to go first.
Man, this.
All right.
Well, you know, I think before you decide on college or any other options, you have to think about what your goals are, right? How much money you have available, how much money you're willing to borrow, how much time, what your interests are. And, you know, college can be an amazing experience. Meet new people, maybe a spouse, best friends. And, you know, there might be a lot of extra that feels like there is, but I think it's, you know, there's a lot of opportunity to become more well-rounded and all of these kinds of things and learn new ideas. And clearly there's professions where you have to go to college.
Yeah,
you know, you want to be a medical professional, you know, a few other things. What are you thinking? Those are some pros I thought of.
Some very good ones. You stole a lot of mine, but that's okay. So some more or some more of the this side of it, I would say, is there are still a lot of professions out there that absolutely look for the degree. And not certain if it's specific to whatever your occupation is, but there are some people who want you to answer the question of what college did you go to.
Right.
It really means a lot to them.
Yeah.
So I would say that if you knew that was something that I guess the market in which you're trying to aspire to really, really wanted, then maybe that would be something that you want to think about.
Yeah.
But I like your point of know what your goals are and make certain that you're working towards those goals, because if you know that you want to be a medical professional, but you're, you know, doing other things and not going to school, and that's not going to happen.
Right.
At least you wouldn't.
It's not going to happen. Yeah. Right.
So what about the dads? What are some other sides?
Yeah. So I mean, I think, you know, we have those positive things, but some of the drawbacks might be, you know, if you're jumping into college, not everyone knows what they want to do right away. So if you're jumping into a 4-year college or a private college, university, you know, you could be spending a lot of time and money that ultimately, while might still be a great experience, ultimately might not be serving your goals and benefiting you in the long run.
So you're actually saying that to go to a 2-year college, if you could do that for free, might not be a bad look?
I think so. I've encouraged some people to, you know, stick with that, you know, associate's degree at a local community college, especially if there's free classes available. Take advantage of that. At least test it out, maybe before committing to something bigger and more expensive. And then, you know, you can really weigh your options better if you've tried it out a little bit.
I actually like that. And I agree. On that side, for me, it would absolutely be if you have the option, the opportunity to go to school for free or even at a drastically reduced price. I know I went to Adventist education, Christian school, and it was extremely expensive. And years later, I'm still paying for it.
Right.
You know, and it's going to be quite a few more years until I get to. Can you relate to my pain?
I can relate to your pain, definitely. Only 2 years at a private university, and I think that is an issue that, you know, people have to look at their career and the time frame of what they'll be doing, and weighing that and seeing, okay, Is this particular school, is this particular degree going to balance out soon enough for it to be worth it? And when we're still paying debt years and years later, sometimes it makes you think.
Yeah.
And that's what we want to think of before we do it.
Absolutely. So I feel like the audience is, pretty much family. So I'm gonna get a little personal.
Yeah.
Here. So with me, education was not always something that came easy for me. So for me and my teaching learning style, like you said, I had to figure myself out what worked best for me.
Yeah.
So the path that I took as a mental health professional, I did not have the discipline, the know-how, and the ability to manage myself and time in the most appropriate ways. So I did not go to the full extent of the degree and get my licensure in many of the fields that I'm now qualified in.
Right.
However, I was able to manage my time and my focus for short periods of time. So I got certified.
Yeah.
So I'm certified and trained in a number of specific areas, trauma and cognitive behavioral therapy and various different, really amazing skill sets that I have attached to my belt without having gone for the duration of that time and sat for an exam and done the other things.
Right.
And I have not been remiss or left out of great job opportunities for someone who was, a licensed.
Exactly.
But again, like we said and we established, earlier, depending on the field and to what extent and to what depth you're going in that particular field and what is required.
Right. And looking at requirements is huge, because if you're not required, would it be great to do it? Maybe, depending on your circumstances. But if it's not required, then is it worth this time, this potential debt, all of this? And so I think college is great, and it's incredible how much opportunity is presented there. But it's so important to ask ourselves the details. Is this going to be a good path, a wise path, the responsible path, really? So college, this or that. I mean,
it could go either way, right? And I don't feel like there's any less of a respect that one would have for someone who went to culinary school, or went to barber school, or cosmetology school, but didn't necessarily go and pursue the career and go through the 4-year path.
Right. So I'm thinking, does that sound like a part 2?
You know what? I feel like there's a lot more that we can say on that. So how about we do that?
I think part 2.
I think part 2 is warranted. So guys, hang out, stick around for part 2, college. Is it necessary?
Comment your questions and check out Project Refresh.
Absolutely. Love it. Take care.